swept up in today's independent music. Good morning, everybody. In case it's not morning where you're at, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I'm your host, Anthony Long Hair Leclair, and I am joined by my marvelous co-host, the marvelous Marla The Mouse McHardy.
What's up, guys?
Rob, for fuck's sake, I'm trying to teach you something useful, McCubbin.
That's a lie.
And Andy, hey, you should come to this protest on Friday, Chouinor.
How's it going?
Not too bad. And we'll likely join you anyway.
Greta!
Van Fleet?
This is a music podcast.
Yes, I say yes.
Welcome to Swept Up. Today we're going to be covering... So, it's not the 27th today for us. It probably is when you're listening to this now.
Suspend their disbelief.
Yeah, so hey, today is... It's going to really be shitty when I record this and then I release it on the 28th.
27th
Yeah.
that I've ever had.
This is the best of September 27th I've ever had 3 days early. But anyway, as we...
27th, there's a protest on the 27th.
Yeah, did you know, by the way? There's, anyway, so...
This protest brought to you by...
Gibsons. Do you ever feel the need to go out and tell people what you really fucking think? Did you ever want to speak truth to power and tell them, you know what? The world is fucked, and there's only one way I can think to deal with it? Gibson's finest rare whiskey.
Change is coming.
Brought to you by the environment.
Yeah, brought to you by the ever-changing and fucked environment that we have. Everyone listening now, all 8 people are like, oh my god, these fucking hippies. So...
That's libtards to you.
Yeah, sorry. Those SJW libtard fucking hippie cucks. Anyway, yeah, pretty little snowflakes that we are. So today, to be relevant to the actual, topic of the podcast, we are going to be covering Edmonton's own "Sleeping in Traffic," which, I don't like. Before we even listen to any of their music, I love their title.
That's a great...
I love their name.
And
I do on the 401 when someone's driving. I sleep in traffic.
Yeah, it's not like someone else is driving. That's good.
That's what I'm saying. When someone else is driving and I'm on the 400 series highway, I sleep in traffic.
Yeah, I don't. I'm too paranoid watching out for those car fires that we see randomly.
Yeah, fuck.
That was fun. True
Thanks,
story.
Barry.
Yeah, that's right. Barry, the city of car fires. However, brought to you by Barry, the city of car fires, and Oakville, the city of Gibson's finest rare whiskey. So, today, we're going to be reviewing a couple of tracks from Edmonton's own Sleeping in Traffic. I can't say that without just, like, sort of smiling to myself. Anyway, they are recording...
You can't see it, but trust me, he is smiling to himself.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see it deep inside. If you look hard enough in my ice-cold eyes. So this band is releasing 2 EPs this Friday... Today, I mean. Sorry. And they are That Which Destroys Us and That Which Saves Us. So it's very fitting that we're all aiming to go to a protest on Friday about, talking shit about that which is destroying us in order to help that which could save us. So, yeah, that's awesome. That being said, it's actually the other way around in terms of their release. I believe the first EP, technically, even though I'm pretty sure they're both being released at the same time, the first EP is That Which Saves Us. So I guess we all have knowledge of how things could be good. That sounds familiar.
Back in the 50s.
Nuclear fission, that's what we do need. And then we're just running headlong into that which destroys us. Which sounds also rather familiar. So, so the first one is more of a pop-punk influence. And the second one is extreme metal influence. Apparently, this is a fun prog band. We've only listened to clip of one of their tracks. So these two we have yet to listen to at all. But we're going to start with That Which Destroys Us so that we can feel somewhat elated by the end of this podcast. So we are going to be checking out Gaia Shrugged first. I can't help but feel like, as we all have noted, that might be a play on something else from some other character who may have shrugged at one point in time. If anyone here actually has to say the fucking thing for you to know what we're talking about, grow up and read more. And in case you don't know what reading is, it often comes in the form of books. And if you don't know what a book is,
Look up rational objectivism.
Gibson's. So, anyway. Here we go with the first track. This is track 5, I believe, in That Which Destroys Us. It is called Gaia Shrugged, featuring LT.
Who among the dead? Who?
among the dead will claim the fucking riches.
Oh my god.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Wow. That was awesome.
What were you saying while we were listening to the song, Andy?
So yeah, that's gonna be my sign for the big climate change rally today, apparently.
Yeah,
September 27th.
that's right. Fuck. And you can go where to get hooked up with that?
We got here in our area. You can end up at a sort of courthouse, big downtown walk. Stop along the way, try and make a difference, right?
And just so you know, our area, North Bay, Ontario, Canada, in the world.
In the universe.
In the universe.
Close to
The Milky Way.
Aurelia and Oakville,
Yeah.
home of
Gibson's finest rare whiskey. So yeah, that song is wow.
I thought that was great.
That's got some intense lines in it.
Yeah.
I did because we were all joking before we even had to listen to the song. It's like, oh, Gaia Shrug. Okay, well, fuck. And you were just laughing all your way out, right? And who knew that the rest of the line was going to be Gaia shrugged mankind away?
Oh.
That's like, man.
Yep.
And
it's funny. My son often says everybody wants to protect the planet, but the reality of it is what we're stupid about is that
It'll be
the planet's going to be fine.
Yeah.
We are not going to make it.
That's right.
The planet will be fine.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's absolutely the thing. I mean, I don't know if you ever seen pictures of like abandoned towns
Right.
or like roads that haven't been maintained for like not even a year.
Reclaimed. By
There's grass growing over that.
Yeah.
There's ivy growing all over the place. You know, animals are back there. It doesn't matter, right? And even if like all of mammals are wiped out, it doesn't matter. There's some sort of like thermophile or something.
Robert Williams used to say that cockroaches will survive.
And
Jeff-
Keith Richards, yeah.
Sure.
And Keith Richards will look down at one cockroach and say, you know, I smoked your uncle. Yeah, that's, it's, I originally I thought it was going to be Christopher Lee in Cockroaches, but he was too metal for the world, so.
Yeah. R.I.P. Christopher Lee.
But
this was a good song.
yeah, let's go on
Oh,
about this
wow.
song. This is, man.
That was fantastic. It was really interesting too, because as the song was starting, the way, like, the intro to the song, I was thinking to myself, I was like, this sounds really kind of dystopian. And then it hit the lyrics, and I was like, okay, it's really dystopian. I get this. This is fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then the ending with, because you commented on the whole idea of the sirens and stuff.
Yeah.
There's like this atmosphere of, it's like, it's over, baby.
Oh,
Like, there's
yeah, it's like
nothing
the
you can do.
sirens. There's, like, the
There's
guitar.
nothing you can do.
Yeah.
I was thinking that maybe sirens or screaming, right?
Yeah.
So I guess it could be the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Same thing.
It made me, at the opening, and it's funny you said it sounded dystopian to you, it made me think about The Astonishing by Dream Theater, which is, I think, their latest album, or one of their more recent albums anyway. I don't know if you've heard it all the way through. You should, if you're a fan of Dream Theater, because it's about a world without music,
Oh, that sounds
and
awesome.
how music is reintroduced into this. It's really interesting. But anyway, so it gave me some sort of that mechanic, dystopian, no feeling left kind of vibe, and then by the end of it, it made me think of, I don't know if any of you played Doom before.
Saw you look up to.
Yeah, I just wanted to see who. Yeah, but so like, the latest Doom games are like this 7-string drop C fucking beastly music that is just unreal. That like maybe I'll play a clip, but I might not because of copyright infringement. But anyway, there are certain moments that I was just like, oh, like towards the end where the sirens had like that atmospheric stuff you're talking about reminded me of that, and that game is very much. I mean,
Yeah,
the world
guy,
is fucked.
The guys
and
who
here
wrote
we-
the song are obviously not in the room, but there's almost like they're like phases to this song, you know. And that was one of the things that I really sort of noticed. Like I was just kind of listening to it with my eyes closed, and there was this whole idea of, like you said, there's the dystopian feel at the very beginning, and then there's almost like a war. Thumping kind of sound to it, but then that ending is like
It's over.
too late. It's over.
Yeah.
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 That last rallying call before you realize you're fucked anyway. Yeah.
Like everybody's out, I don't know, in my head, right? Everybody's out in a battlefield, and then that sound begins, that like you said, either the screaming or the siren, and everybody's just like rushing for fallout shelters and wherever they can go, where they might be able to last a little bit longer than the next guy.
Right. Or the opposite. I mean, there was this like a battle in World War II, battle at the island of Saipan, and the Japanese had already lost, and there were like 3,000 men left. And it was just one final bonsai charge, and they all knew at that moment they were all going to die.
Yeah, we're all going to die.
All going to die together.
Yeah.
And because that was just how it went. It just, it wasn't any hiding. There wasn't any trying anymore. We're just rushing headlong into the abyss.
Yeah.
And
All right, well, if that's the case, coming back to the protest, so
Yeah.
then that ending is the sound of the siren that sort of heralds that experience, but then there's this rushing of the mob attacking the 1% and the corporatism and everything that caused,
then you fucked this up.
yeah, you fucked this
Yeah.
up, that kind of thing.
The unfortunate thing about that is, I only say unfortunate because I feel like there might be this similar idea. Like, so, for example, when Louis and Marie Antoinette got their comeuppance, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everyone was like, okay, they were in power and fuck them because their absolute power was bullshit and now we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
And then they did the same fucking thing and then
Right.
it all
And worse.
and worse,
The beauty of it is
Because
there isn't going to be another thing.
well, no, but that's
Like,
the thing.
we're
There
not
isn't going to be another thing because we're not going to make it. But the unfortunate thing is that I feel like that final mob at the end is misled because no, let them stay and watch everything too. Don't give them the satisfaction of going first. Fuck that. You know what I mean?
That's interesting.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's only because I have a sense of vengeance and I think that it should be realized. But
Although the 1% maybe if you look at Interstellar or Wall-E or those,
Yeah.
right? They'll end up the 1%
They're
is
fine.
going to end up somewhere else. Like
Yeah.
they always
Yeah.
have. It's
yeah.
us, like
they've already started terraforming Mars and they're fine. Yeah,
we don't
no,
know
but-
about that yet. They're
But
fine.
How about instead we put the leaders of those corporations on the front of vehicles like in Mad Max Fury Road?
Oh yeah.
How about we do that? And then
Well-
we play this song.
While we drive around with that
While
truck
we
with
drive
all the
around, yeah.
speakers and the
Through
fire
the-
and
Yeah.
everything.
And we
yeah.
literally and we ride, like we smash those trucks right into a burning rainforest or something like that.
through the desert because
Yeah.
it's all going to be desert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have
Yeah.
lots of room to drive.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good.
Anyway,
On that note,
the beauty of it is the song definitely hits you at a visceral level.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah. Even if you think all those fucking hippies are stupid and what the hell do they know, you're probably listening to the song being like, dude, this is hard as fuck, and not listening to the lyrics realizing that you're actually just enjoying and glorifying a song that's all about how you're a fucking moron because the world's coming to an end.
yeah.
So how awesome is that? So that being said, so this is why I decided to go with That Which Destroys Us first, because
'Cause that was really
I
sad.
like to be a bit of a misanthropist where I don't really believe in humanity, but I want to. So I like to think that things could end well. Sorry, I know things could end well. I just don't think they will. So now we'll go to That Which Saves Us, and from that we have The Scrupulous Study of Everything, which I love the title of.
Yeah,
I
we
love
all-
the
we
word
like-
scrupulous.
I just love the the scrupulous study of everything. Scrupulous study makes me smile a lot. All right, so here we go. We forgot to mention something. LT, and by LT, because Marla said when we joked when we went off mic, good old lieutenant, which would be lieutenant because we're in Canada, but regardless, it's LELLET. Anyway, her
Fabulous vocals.
yeah, shit. When she came over top of that, it made me think of like Epica style or like Nightwish sort of thing over top of a Camelot sort of. I mean, the music isn't Camelot, but it made it.
Yeah,
It gave that
and
vibe.
I
Yeah,
thought
I
of,
really liked her addition.
I
to
thought
that.
of Dark Side of the Moon.
Oh yeah, yeah, great gig in the sky.
Great gig in the sky. That's what I
Oh
thought.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome. Well, there will be one of those at some point.
Oh, and the other thing that popped into my head at that time because of that vocal was Battle of Evermore.
Oh shit!
Oh.
Hey.
Yeah, that's kind of what it reminded me of. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see that. Absolutely, I see that.
Yeah. So LT kicking ass. Good show, and Sleeping in Traffic. You should. I don't know. You should bring her back for other shit. She's awesome.
Yeah.
That's she works great with your music, and yeah, I hope you guys connected well on this run. And I might feel like an asshole digging back into their catalog later, realizing that she's like with them on every album. It's like, okay, well, whoops.
Yeah. She's the main vocalist.
That's right. That's right. No, it does.
The rest is done with some sort of synthesizer.
That's right.
Yeah.
It does say featuring LT,
Yeah.
so I assume it's not a typical appearance. But anyway, now we'll jump into the scrupulous study of everything.
has some perspective with the other one. But
For
on-
us, it
yeah,
does.
but on its own, you were like, "Ooh, what the fuck?"
It is the very last track, is it not?
This is the very last track of That Which Saves Us, which, so far as I read in there, EPK is the actual That Which Saves Us is the first of the two EPs.
Right.
So it's really interesting. So that's what led me to think when we were talking off mic that it's that ironic sense of That Which Saves Us. It's like, oh no, because the track before it is False Alternatives, right? It's like, no, there isn't any way around this. So we just get to sit here and think about, like, when I think scrupulous study of everything, all I'm thinking about, especially with so by the way, this song's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But it just, like, everyone sat here and got a little sad, and we all pictured, like, different things from films or different, dystopian universes and all this kind of stuff. And all I think about is sitting there, and you were saying, Andy, like, sitting 3 o'clock in the morning, just, like, spacing out, or sitting in a hospital bed while you fade away. And you were saying, like, you just walk out of the shelter as, like, the nuclear winter clouds dissipate and you maybe see sun, or it's just a desolate fucking wasteland, right?
Or some kind of hope, maybe. I mean, because
Like-
it doesn't bring it doesn't make me like
Completely.
mad or anything like that.
Yeah.
But it's like serene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it makes me think of like abandoned city streets.
That's what it
Yeah.
Like that's the image I get in my mind. Is
Like the
abandoned
grass, you said, the
city
grass
streets.
growing up through the cracks of the street,
Yeah.
and you walk out, and there's the grass, and there's like
Yeah.
just the sort of
Yeah.
But that's
post chaos.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah, so what if it's... You remember you guys were talking about the whole idea of the reclaiming.
yeah,
Maybe that's what this is.
yeah, and that's awesome to think about, except for the fact that we're thinking about that now before that reality happens, where we're not a part of that, right?
Which
Yeah.
I might be okay with, because there's a
Yeah.
melancholy nature to the song, but there's also this idea of
Peace.
maybe we'll get it right the next time. Maybe who's ever here
Yeah.
next.
Or whatever.
Get it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like get rid of the
It's-
humans and just like let the shit
Yeah,
happen.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's the vibe of this song. It's just really melancholy at its finest.
Like all I think about,
Absolutely.
yeah, all I think about is either sitting before, because part of this is just inferring from what I know they have, which is the second EP, right? That is That Which Destroys Us, right?
Yeah.
So part of me thinks this is like sitting there thinking about all the things we fucked up, waiting for the end. And then another part of me is like that hopeful part where it's like, no, everything's been fucked. And now those few who remain, if any, are sitting there
Might get it right.
thinking about everything that we fucked up and then thinking about trying to get it right.
Yeah.
Or realizing, well, this is it. Now we just have to sit here and wait until we go too, now that we've seen the end of everything else, right? Like, man, this is like, I for some reason thought, like, I guess I didn't pay enough attention to the titles until we started playing this track, but I was like, oh, That Which Saves Us, well, I'll save that for the last, because that'll be the better one, right?
But
Whoops.
it is a great track.
It's amazing.
It's phenomenal.
And-
it really is.
Well, and you were commenting just the ability with just as simple the music was, that it
Yeah.
struck you the way it did.
Oh, fuck.
Well,
When
yeah,
she
it's-
said melancholy, I was like, yeah, it's more than melancholy, man. It's deadly.
Yeah.
Well,
It's-
yeah. It's so cool to me that they're able to convey that feeling
Yeah.
with just instrumental.
Right.
And everybody knows, everybody feels that. I think that's phenomenal.
You know what I just thought of, and what kind of reminded me of? Reminded me of like freezing to death. You're like
It's that slow.
You're just laying there, and
Yeah.
you just slowly go off into
A
the,
slow decline.
Yeah.
and then you
It's
just
absolutely
expire.
a slow decline.
There's no big drama. You just expire.
Yeah.
That's kind of, I don't know if that's for good or for bad, but that's.
It's funny you say freezing, because when I was talking about the walking out of the thing, I was thinking about it again. The images in my head was this guy, takes off this helmet, whatever, right, to see if he can breathe. But then,
Yeah.
moments after he sort of thinks that it's gonna be okay, I had memories of the old heavy metal,
Yeah.
Oh,
I love that.
man.
and
Yeah.
all of a sudden,
It all goes to
his
shit.
hand
Yeah.
just starts to like burn up. right? Because there's nothing to protect him.
Yeah.
And he literally like shrivels away. And I just remember you talking about the freezing. All of a sudden, those were the images I had in my mind. Is that scene in Heavy Metal when the Lochnar is there and the guy, and then all of a sudden it's like, and then everybody just kind of just melts and stuff, right? And that's what that's what I could feel while I was watching this.
Yeah.
I would, At any rate, the idea that track can do that is impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there's a quality of well, I mentioned Nine Inch Nails while we were talking off mic, but I mean there's a quality to it that's that sort of that stress. I don't want to say stress rock because it's not really a rockin' song, but like that stress music where it's just like when the solo guitar comes up, I'm expecting it to hit a height that it doesn't. Right?
Yeah.
And it sort of sits in the pocket there for a bit. It goes like a little bit higher, and you're like, oh, he's going to make that full bend up to that spot, and it doesn't happen, and I'm just like, and you're just left without that release. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like that climb that you want to get, you feel there in that release, and Nine Inch Nails does that kind of shit, like, on point. And so it just made me think about that. Hopefully you're not offended being compared to Trent Reznor, because
I would think that it's not something somebody should be offended.
I mean, if you are, there's a problem.
Especially if you're a progressive rock band.
Yeah.
You should not be offended by that.
Man, yeah, that's...
Fuck.
Yeah, so Sleeping in Traffic, everybody. Don't do it. But do check out this double EP release, September 27th, which is today, which also happening today.
Big climate change protest downtown, everywhere.
There you go. So hit that shit up.
Find your local climate change protest.
and start blasting this shit, because it'll be all over the internet.
Yeah.
So
Who
start...
among the dead will claim the riches?
None.
Nice.
Yeah. Because, you know...
I have to remember that. It's
Yeah.
tough to remember.
Because, you know, Gaia shrugs mankind away. So...
If Gaia shrugs, then we're all fucked. I mean,
that's pretty well it. Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes out, I look forward to reading all of the lyrics.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sleeping in Traffic, thank you guys very much. LT, kick-ass vocals on top. And yeah, we'll see you guys again next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Check out Leclair Studios. You know, that's where the podcast is powered from. And
this apocalypse was brought to you by
Gibson's finest rare whiskey. Have you ever felt like the world is coming to an end? Like, you just don't know what you're going to do in life anymore because there's not enough air to breathe, or your waterfront property is now 10 feet below the surface, or, you know, the ice cube that you were living on has now dwindled away into the ocean. Have you ever felt that way? Like as if the ozone layer has completely dissipated and all that stands between you and the harsh rays of the sun is fucking nothing? Well, we have the cure for what ails you. Gibson's finest rare whiskey. Awesome. You guys are so much fun. You should come to
really
all
good.
of these.
And you know, the other songs were okay.
Yeah.
Those two, they brought out
Yeah.
a deep conversation.
Especially because we start off with climate change, but just by pure
Yeah,
luck.
and not even thinking about it. Yeah, exactly. That's what's amazing about that.
Yeah, it's like we planned that.
Yeah, it was like, oh, just so you know, by the way. And there's like no way you could have known because this is the first time coming in here. And you're just like, hey, just so you know, on Friday, like, come check this thing out. It's like, okay, listen to this. And Rob's like,
Climate change.
this song's about fucking climate change.
It's
Yeah.
impressive. And that piece at the end is just...
Man,
Oh man.
I'm going to listen to that again before I go to bed.
Yeah, me too.
But like...
I'll join you in that.
It totally reminded you, right, when you said Vangelis, it's exactly... It's Zora going through the window.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what it is. Yeah. Just that idea of, you know, there's no
It's all saxophone, Vangelis.
there's no heroism in any of it. It's like you fucked up. You don't understand.
Yeah.
You're
She crashes through the window and then she
You
just kind
think
of
this was
falls
a-
in a pile of glass and
Yeah.
just like and the song is kind of playing in the background, and it's supposed to be like because she's the sort of the bad.
She's
girl,
the bad guy, right?
Right.
But you don't feel bad, like you don't feel like she's the bad guy.
As a kid, I didn't get it.
you realize that
When I watched
she's
it in
just
1982, I didn't get it. I'm
Yeah.
like, why the fuck is the music so boring? But now I watch it and go, oh
You're
my
like,
god,
holy
it's
fuck.
because Harrison Ford's not the hero.
Yeah.
he's the fucking bad guy.
He's the
Yeah.
bad guy.
But the whole time you think that he's the hero,
Yeah.
but you realize no, he's not.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. That's in the original version.
Yeah.
But in that song has that same feeling
Yeah,
to me,
right.
like that in some way or another, you know, here we are thinking that we're important. It's all about me, but then I can see that time-lapse photography of the grass kicking through the concrete and then sliding up the side of the building and like literally claiming the skyscrapers.
And
You know,
through the
picture-
skeletons of
That picture of
human
Rob like this, and
remains.
it's in slow decay.
It's exactly,
Yeah,
it's
just
fucking
became-
heavy metal.
Yeah.
It's that sequence from Heavy Metal,
Yeah.
which I think that particular sequence was written by Michael Moorcock, right? And he was always
You ever
post-apocalyptic.
seen
Yeah.
the TV series Life After Man?
No.
Same thing. It was like 10 years after humans disappeared.
This is what's
Oh,
going
Right,
yeah,
I remember that
I
show.
have seen that.
100
Yeah,
years
yeah.
after, 1,000
Then
years
this
after.
happens, then this. Yeah, I remember that show. Yeah.
What would be left after 1,000 years? Famous still sinks, but still here. Like I remember that.
Yeah.
'Cause they don't- they're not gonna go away. But it was just like the cities would be gone
Yeah.
within a short period of time.
But you're right. That's exactly what I'm thinking of. It's that, and I remember the shot
Yeah.
in the movie is of one of the characters lies down on their side,
Yeah.
and then the grass
Everything
goes up,
comes-
and then the next
yeah.
thing you know, it's the head
Yeah.
in the next cartoon or whatever it is, right? In Heavy Metal. That's it. That's the exact experience. Yeah.
It's amazing when you think back, like how actually awesome and intense heavy metal was.
Yeah, it was good. Especially the Oyster Cult stuff, which I was always a crazy fan of. So.
Awesome. I was playing
That's
Godzilla
what I'm saying.
earlier. I know it's pretty popular, Blue Oyster
No, that's
Cult,
good.
but
No, that's good. I like Veteran of 1,000 Second Wars. It doesn't get any more sort of big
I
with
love
Yeah.
that
that
song.
one. So.
But
Yeah,
that
that's
again,
this. To
that
me.
again
Yeah.
was written by Michael Moorcock.
Yeah.
And so, and the other song is written by Michael Moorcock that Blue Oyster Cult did. Or no, sorry, they did the song in honor of him. It's not as good as Veteran of the Psychic Wars. Is Black Blade, which is just a piece of shit.
was that?
You never heard it?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, it's like black blade, black blade, and it's like, oh, somebody
Wow.
needs to go back to the writing table with this one, man.
Sure.
Like it's, yeah, it's not good. But Veteran of the Psychic Wars
I love
is
it.
great.
It's like a movie.
Yeah.
Movie and a song.
You must know Black Blade.
I don't think I do.
I don't know it.
Find it for
I don't
us.
care to know it either from the sound of it.
Piece of shit.
Here, it's be sure. Listen to this.
Yeah, that's exactly
Isn't
it.
that how that goes?
That's right. Yeah. Here it is. Oh,
Watch-
this smells. It smells horrible.
Watch-
Smell it.
Watch, it'll turn out that you love it. You'll be like, oh, fuck, it's awesome. Here it is.
Even that part's stupid. There's a punk feel to it. Reminds me of some other songs.
It's fucking terrible. It's about Elric.
What's interesting is, like, it doesn't make me think about Blue Oyster Cult at all.
No.
Yeah, I don't think of
No.
this as like,
Just kind of whatever.
Yeah. Aw.
yeah, this is kind of bad.
I told you, my friends. You didn't.
It just, I don't even know if it's bad. It's just kind of forgettable.
Yeah.
Not like this.
Unlike this.
Swept Media. Get swept up in today's independent music.
recording right now, you'd start singing all of a sudden.
You see me now, a veteran of 1,000 psychic wars. I've been living on the edge so long, where the winds of limbo roar. And I'm big enough to look at, and far too old to see. All the scars are on the inside. I don't think that there's anything left to me. Don't let these shakes go on. It's time we had a break from it. Thanks, podcast.
Thanks, guys. Thanks,
Gibson's finest rare whiskey.
I want to apologize, by the way, if I didn't get the lyrics right on that last part.
Close enough. Thanks, Marla. Yeah. Take it easy, guys.
That was freaking awesome.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for the pizza.